When food, something meant to comfort, starts killing, that's not just a recall anymore, but a reckoning. The FDA has confirmed a nationwide recall of pasta meals linked to at least 6 deaths across 18 states. 27 people were hospitalized, 1 pregnancy was lost, and the bacteria responsible, Listeria monocytogenes, didn't come from some back-alley food plant. It came from trusted household names that line the shelves of America's biggest stores. How did a comforting bowl of fettuccine alfredo become a silent weapon hiding in your freezer? How many families are still serving danger tonight, thinking dinner is safe? This isn't just about pasta. It's about a system that prizes speed over safety, image over integrity. But before you panic, take a breath. In this investigation, we'll expose every contaminated brand, trace their hidden supply chains, and, most importantly, show you which safer alternatives you can still trust at the end of each section. This is the Downturn Report, where the truth gets personal. Let's begin. Number 1. Trader Joe's. You thought dinner was supposed to be the safest part of the day, the one quiet corner of life that corporations couldn't ruin. But that illusion just shattered. The FDA has recalled Trader Joe's Cajun-style blackened chicken breast fettuccine alfredo after at least 6 Americans lost their lives and 27 others were hospitalized across 18 states. Behind that creamy sauce and smiling label lurked a bacterial executioner, Listeria monocytogenes. Investigators traced it back to pre-cooked pasta from Nate's Fine Foods in Roseville, California. Nearly 245,000 pounds of it recalled after genome sequencing found the same lethal strain that spread through family fridges like a silent storm. 6 lives gone, 1 unborn child lost, all from a meal that looks safe enough to share with the grandkids. But this isn't just a recall. It's a mirror held up to a system that values speed over safety and appearance over truth. Every inch of that plastic tray tells the story of modern America. Conveyor belts racing faster than conscience, corporate contracts signed faster than regulators can blink. While the FDA scrambles to issue warnings, the same contaminated noodles have already hopped freight trucks, crossed state lines, and slipped into supermarket coolers from Texas to Maine. Somewhere out there, another family might already be eating their last supper, courtesy of a brand that built its empire on quirkiness and trust. Trader Joe's, the chain that made shopping feel like a hobby, has now turned the word trader into something literal, trading your safety for its profit margin. This betrayal didn't come out of nowhere. In 2018, the company was sued for advertising cage-free eggs that came from industrial farms. 2 years later, Americans watched the brand stumble through a storm of accusations over tone-deaf product names like Trader Jose and Trader Ming's, which mock the very cultures it profited from. Even the Daily Meal ran a piece titled 13 of the Worst Trader Joe's Scandals You Shouldn't Ignore, listing everything from false labeling to sloppy recalls. Now the smiling store that sells ethically sourced joy has become a metaphor for everything ethically rotten, the corporate version of a clown handing out poison candy. Think about it. A store that claims to be your friendly neighborhood grocer secretly leaned on the same mass suppliers used by mega chains it pretends to outclass. The recall wasn't an accident, it was an inevitability. It's what happens when branding becomes a religion and consumers are the worshipers paying tithes with their health. Maybe the next time you stroll those Hawaiian shirt aisles, you'll remember that the only real aloha they send is to your immune system. So what's left for people just trying to eat without fear? You don't need fancy gimmicks or cartoon labels. You need honesty. Try smaller, cleaner brands like Rao's Homemade, Amy's Kitchen, Michelangelo's, or Cucina Antica. They may not fill your freezer with neon packaging or clever slogans, but they still fill it with food made by people who remember that dinner is supposed to nourish, not gamble with your life. Number 2. Market side. It's the kind of dinner that promises to make life easier. A microwave, a minute, and you're fed. But the same tray that seemed to simplify your evening has now complicated everything you thought you knew about food safety in America. The market-side grilled chicken Alfredo with fettuccine, sold exclusively at Walmart, has been linked to a deadly outbreak of Listeria monocytogenes stretching across 18 states. Federal investigators from the FDA, CDC, and USDA have confirmed at least 27 illnesses, 25 hospitalizations, 6 deaths, and 1 lost pregnancy tied to pasta that should have stayed harmless in your freezer. The contaminated pasta ingredient came from Nate's Fine Foods in Roseville, California. The same supplier now under national recall after genome sequencing exposed the bacteria hiding inside 245,000 pounds of its pre-cooked noodles. A Trojan horse of convenience, sneaking death into kitchen after kitchen. Walmart's recall logs confirm the warning. Ready-to-eat meals containing pasta that may be contaminated with Listeria were sold nationwide under the MarketSide brand. But the deeper story isn't the bacteria, it's the empire that made it possible. Walmart's private label, MarketSide, was built to give shoppers the illusion of fresh, restaurant-quality food at warehouse prices. In truth, these meals ride through an industrial labyrinth where profit takes priority over process. The same systems that move bananas from Ecuador and jeans from Bangladesh also move Alfredo sauce from one contaminated vat to another. Listeria didn't sneak in, it was escorted in first class, courtesy of America's largest retail pipeline. The outbreak's reach shows that our food system is no longer local, personal, or even understandable. It's a maze built for speed, not survival. Think about what that means for ordinary Americans. You walk into Walmart because you can't afford the specialty stores. You trust the MarketSide label because it looks decent, not fancy, and that feels honest. But this recall ripped off the disguise. The frozen aisle has become a battleground between cost and conscience, where your dollar votes for safety, but corporate math cancels your ballot. Regulators call this a Class I recall, the highest level of danger, meaning by federal definition, a reasonable probability that the product will cause serious adverse health consequences or death. It's not poetic exaggeration, it's bureaucratic truth in fine print. And here's the bitter irony. Listeria loves the cold. It thrives where you feel most secure. Your fridge, your freezer, that sacred place where leftovers mean tomorrow's meal. Even after the recall alert went out on September 30th, investigators found trays with best buy dates of June 26th and 27th, 2025 still sitting in consumer freezers. A forgotten dinner turned silent grenade. How many families reheated those meals without realizing they were cooking a bacterial time bomb? But maybe what's most disturbing isn't the contamination. It's how familiar this script has become. Walmart's recall list reads like a horror anthology. Broccoli tainted with E. coli, frozen berries with hepatitis, spinach with salmonella. Now pasta joins the lineup. Each incident framed as isolated, yet the pattern repeats like a broken record nobody wants to admit is still playing. The real contamination isn't in the food, it's in the corporate bloodstream. So what now? If there's a MarketSide grilled chicken Alfredo with fettuccine tray hiding in your freezer, check the date. If it reads June 26th or 27th, 2025, or anything earlier, throw it out, clean your fridge with bleach, and don't look back. And if you're done gambling your health on mega chain convenience, you still have options worth trusting. Try Bertolli's small batch frozen pastas, DeLallo ready meals for authentic Italian-style ingredients, Evil single-serve pasta for clean label recipes, or Luigi's Real Italian Meals that list every origin on the box. Even Healthy Choice Cafe steamers and Simply Balanced Homestyle meals invest in tighter safety oversight and smaller distribution loops. These may not be as cheap, but neither is a hospital stay. The MarketSide recall isn't an isolated warning. It's a message engraved in the cold plastic of every ready meal. When corporations cook faster than conscience, even dinner becomes a gamble. And this time, the odds turn deadly. Number 3, Home Chef. It's hard to imagine betrayal tasting this familiar. A plate of creamy fettuccine, the smell of warm Alfredo, the promise of a quiet meal after a long day. And yet, behind that microwavable comfort lies a national nightmare. On June 17, 2025, the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service, FSIS, issued a nationwide recall for Home Chef's Heat and Eat Chicken Fettuccine Alfredo. A 12.5-ounce ready meal once sold proudly through Kroger stores. The meals stamped with best buy dates of June 19th or earlier were found to be laced with Listeria monocytogenes, the same deadly bacterium behind a multi-state outbreak that claimed 3 lives, hospitalized 17, and caused 1 fetal loss. It wasn't a random accident. The pathogen trail led straight to Fresh Realm Inc., a major supplier with production facilities in San Clemente, California, Montezuma, Georgia, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Even worse, genetic sequencing confirmed that a Fresh Realm product sampled in March carried the exact strain, meaning the writing was on the wall long before the public ever heard a word. It's the kind of story that turns your refrigerator into a suspect. The very idea of heat and eat now sounds almost ironic, like being told you can microwave your way through a minefield. The FSIS identified the recall codes EST P50784, EST P47770, and EST P47718 printed right there on the plastic tray, the kind of detail you'd normally ignore while rushing through dinner prep. But in this case, those little numbers became red flags fluttering over a larger disaster. Across 13 states, from Indiana to Georgia, families who thought they were saving time were instead gambling with bacteria that survives cold storage and often laughs in the face of uneven microwaving. Listeria doesn't die easily. It lingers, creeps, and waits, like a bad landlord in your freezer, refusing to move out no matter how much you scrub. But this is more than an outbreak. It's a wake-up call about the seductive myth of convenience. Home Chef, owned by Kroger, sells itself as the hybrid between a meal kit and a ready meal. Fresh, simple, high quality. In reality, it became another pawn in a massive outsourcing web, relying on suppliers like Fresh Realm to churn out pre-cooked food for countless retailers. One contaminated line didn't just hurt one company, it infected a network. It's the culinary version of a financial crash, a toxic chain reaction fueled by overconfidence and corporate silence. When Fresh Realm's contamination was documented months before, Home Chef had every chance to act. Instead, they waited until bodies started showing up on the CDC tracker. And yet, what makes this sting deeper is how ordinary it feels. This isn't a luxury item or a fancy import. It's what middle America eats on a Tuesday night when the bills are due and nobody has the strength to cook. For elderly shoppers, for exhausted parents, for people living paycheck to paycheck, this was dinner, the one reliable piece of comfort in a chaotic world. And now that comfort has turned treacherous. As one Reddit user joked grimly, "It's called heat and eat, not heat and pray." The humor lands cold because it's true. When your dinner becomes a public health warning, laughter is all that's left to keep from screaming. If you've still got one of these trays sitting in your fridge, the FSIS doesn't mince words. Treat it like hazardous waste. Throw it out, disinfect every surface it touched, and monitor for signs of listeriosis, fever, muscle pain, stiff neck, confusion, especially if you're pregnant or immunocompromised. The CDC has already confirmed 1 pregnancy loss linked to the outbreak. Don't risk becoming another statistic. But losing faith in one brand doesn't mean giving up on all of them. There are still companies that remember food should nourish, not endanger. For safer, ready pasta options, look toward Banza chickpea pasta meals made with plant-based ingredients, Delalo ready meals for authentic small-batch Italian flavor, Evil single-serve pasta for cleaner production, or Healthy Choice cafe steamers, and Simply Balanced home-style meals that have maintained strong food safety reputations. Even Luigi's Real Italian Meals and Bertolli Ready Meals emphasize tighter oversight and smaller production batches. None are perfect, but they still honor what corporations like Kroger seem to have forgotten: that trust, once broken, doesn't get reheated. The Home Chef recall isn't just another story on the nightly news. It's a warning whispered from your own dinner table, that the next quick fix could be the final meal you ever trust. The tragedy isn't in the bacteria, it's in the betrayal that made it possible. Number 4, Sprouts Farmers Market. If irony could be refrigerated, it would come labeled smoked mozzarella pasta salad. The same tub you once grabbed from Sprouts Deli for a fresh, natural, guilt-free dinner is now evidence in an FDA recall tied to the same contaminated pasta that's been killing people across the country. In late October 2025, Sprouts Farmers Market voluntarily recalled its smoked mozzarella pasta salad after discovering that its supplier, none other than Nate's Fine Foods of Roseville, California, had distributed pasta potentially contaminated with Listeria monocytogenes. The product had reached 24 states, from Texas to Pennsylvania, sitting in deli cases with Best By dates ranging October 10th through 29th. The irony, the word fresh was printed on the label in bold letters, mocking every shopper who thought they were making a healthy choice. According to FDA records, Nate's Fine Foods notified Sprouts that its pre-cooked pasta might carry the same strain of Listeria that already triggered hospitalizations and at least 4 deaths nationwide. The recall notice described the item as potentially contaminated, a phrase that sounds clinical until you realize it means possibly fatal. At the time of the announcement, no illnesses had yet been directly linked to the Sprouts pasta salad, but the overlap with the ongoing outbreak left little doubt. The risk was baked right in. You could say that when consumers picked up a light deli salad, they were unknowingly shaking hands with the same supply chain that had already written several obituaries. Sprouts Farmers Market, for all its earthy charm and farm-to-table image, has a long compost pile of controversies hiding beneath its rustic wooden signage. In 2024, the brand recalled its Chicken Street taco kits for, you guessed it, potential Listeria contamination, again traced to the same subcontractor network. Earlier, the chain was criticized for multiple produce-related recalls involving tainted sprouts and greens. For a company that sells purity as a lifestyle, Sprouts has developed an uncanny knack for distributing the opposite. Their business model thrives on illusion, a farm-fresh aesthetic built on the bones of industrial co-packers. That deli counter, with its handwritten chalkboards and mason jars, is less a farmer's market and more a food factory wearing a flannel shirt. And the danger isn't abstract. Listeria doesn't respect temperature labels. It thrives in cold environments, spreading through refrigeration units like gossip in a small town. It can leap from packaging to nearby produce, survive sanitizers, and devastate pregnant women, newborns, the elderly, and anyone with a weakened immune system. What makes this recall terrifying isn't that it happened. It's how close it came to going unnoticed. The same chilled shelves that promise freshness may already have been a petri dish, humming at 40 degrees Fahrenheit, growing danger one container at a time. If you purchase this smoked mozzarella pasta salad with a Best By date between October 10th and 29th, 2025, don't hesitate. Throw it out or return it. Wash every surface it touched, from the fridge drawer to your cutting board. The CDC warns that even trace contamination can spread like wildfire in cold storage. Fever, nausea, stiff neck, confusion. Those aren't random symptoms. They're the early verses of a tragedy that's already played out in too many kitchens. And yet, amid this corporate compost heap, there are still edible glimmers of integrity. For safer, ready-to-eat alternatives, skip the faux rustic branding and look toward transparent producers. Brands like Carb Smart fresh pasta kits, Bertolli Ready Meals, Evil single-serve pasta, DeLallo Ready Meals, Luigi's Real Italian Meals, Simply Balanced Homestyle Meals, and Healthy Choice Cafe steamers maintain cleaner sourcing records and stronger oversight chains. They may not have mason jars in their ads, but they have something far rarer: traceability. Sprouts pasta recall isn't just another oops moment in the grocery industry. It's proof that fresh and natural has become a marketing costume, not a promise. Behind every artisan label, there's a conveyor belt. Behind every deli delight, a hidden risk. And once again, the American consumer learns that in the land of the free sample, even your salad can betray you. Number 5, Giant Eagle. You'd think your neighborhood grocery store would be the last place you'd find danger hiding behind a deli counter. But in early October 2025, Giant Eagle, the same chain that built its brand on local trust and small-town warmth, joined the list of national recalls tied to a deadly Listeria monocytogenes outbreak. On October 3rd, the FDA confirmed the recall of Giant Eagle's smoked mozzarella pasta salad, sold in all Giant Eagle and Market District stores across Pennsylvania, Ohio, Maryland, and Indiana. The recall covered various sizes of smoked mozzarella penny salad with expiration dates between September 30th and October 7th, 2025. It sounded routine, but the truth was anything but. Those deli trays came from the same contaminated pasta network supplied by Nate's Fine Foods of Roseville, California, the very epicenter of the outbreak that infected 27 people, hospitalized 25, and killed 6 across 18 states. The pasta may have looked innocent, but its supply chain was toxic. The betrayal cuts deep because Giant Eagle's deli case has always sold the illusion of familiarity, a friendly neighbor offering you lunch, while quietly outsourcing its ingredients to the same industrial labyrinth as the mega stores it claims to outclass. The FDA stated bluntly that this recall was in response to a nationwide recall of ready-to-eat pasta originating from Nate's Fine Foods. That phrase, in response, says it all. It wasn't an act of prevention, it was damage control. Your local grocer didn't step in to protect you. It reacted once the dominoes had already fallen. For shoppers who thought the market district meant something personal or safer, this moment felt like learning your favorite family restaurant had been serving you food from a factory line all along. And this isn't Giant Eagle's first dance with carelessness. Back in 2022, the chain came under investigation for expired deli meat and poorly refrigerated dairy in multiple stores. OSHA and state inspectors issued citations after finding that basic safety protocols were being ignored, even while the chain advertised community-first freshness. It's a story as American as it gets. The more a brand insists it's your friendly neighbor, the more you should check what's behind the curtain. Because when the curtain falls, what you see isn't a neighbor, it's a corporation counting margins. Now that this recall is in motion, the warning is personal. If you have Giant Eagle's smoked mozzarella pasta salad sitting in your fridge with a date between September 30th and October 7th, 2025, do not taste test it, do not freeze it, just in case. Throw it away or return it for a refund. Clean the space it touched, especially if it shared shelves with other ready-to-eat meals. Listeria doesn't freeze. It survives, multiplies, and leaps between packages. For pregnant women, seniors, or anyone with a weakened immune system, it's not just food poisoning. It's a potentially fatal infection. The CDC has already tied the same strain to miscarriages and deaths. So when your refrigerator hums quietly tonight, know that safety isn't its guarantee. It's your vigilance that keeps danger out. Still, if giving up deli pasta feels like surrender, there are safer paths forward. Turn instead to smaller brands that prioritize controlled sourcing and transparent handling. Try carb-smart, fresh pasta kits made with minimal processing, Luigi's Real Italian Meals for smaller batch quality, or DeLallo Ready Meals for authentic oversight. If you need quick but cautious options, consider Evil's single-serve pasta, Simply Balanced Homestyle Meals, or Healthy Choice Cafe Steamers. Each designed with tighter safety standards and clear labeling. They might cost a bit more, but compared to the hospital bills Listeria brings, that difference is pocket change. Giant Eagle's recall isn't about one deli salad gone wrong. It's about the collapse of the local grocer myth in an era when every spoonful of convenience travels through a nationwide web of shared suppliers. The smiling employee behind the counter isn't the villain. The system is. Because in modern America, even the food that looks homemade can be manufactured by strangers hundreds of miles away. And when trust is packaged like pasta, one crack in the chain can poison everyone's plate. Number 6, Scott & John's. A frozen shrimp scampi bowl shouldn't come with a death warning, but the quiet recall of Scott & John's shrimp scampi with linguine proves otherwise. On October 1st, 2025, the FDA announced that Demers Food Group had voluntarily recalled select lots of this 9.6-ounce meal because it's pasta. Supplied by Nate's Fine Foods of Roseville, California, tested positive for Listeria monocytogenes. The recall covers lot numbers S254522 through S263522, with best if used by dates in March 2027 and an affected UPC of 858-175-3919. Those bowls, distributed nationwide in mid-September, now sit under the same dark cloud as every other product tied to this expanding outbreak. 27 confirmed illnesses, 25 hospitalizations, 6 deaths, and 1 lost pregnancy. Scott and John's marketed itself as the friendly shortcut for busy Americans. A light, wholesome seafood meal that could be ready in minutes, but convenience once again disguised catastrophe. The pasta inside, made by Nate's Fine Foods, became the hidden courier of contamination, turning a harmless shrimp dinner into another chapter in the nationwide listeria crisis. Legal experts are already circling, calling it a foreseeable failure of oversight and predicting class action suits for negligence and breach of safety promises. In truth, Scott and John's wasn't just unlucky, it was complacent. Outsourcing ingredients to massive industrial suppliers meant saving money at the expense of consumer safety. If you've got this product in your freezer, check your lot number. If it matches, don't take chances. Throw it out, clean your freezer, and sanitize nearby items. Listeria can thrive in cold temperatures, surviving long after the box is gone. For safer pasta meals, look toward Bertolli Ready Meals, DeLallo Ready Meals, Carb Smart Fresh Pasta Kits, or Healthy Choice Cafe Steamers. Brands with cleaner sourcing and tighter controls. The tragedy of Scott and John's isn't the shrimp or the sauce. It's the betrayal of trust, frozen neatly in a bowl, waiting for you to press start. Every recall hides a warning for tomorrow. Subscribe now, stay alert, and never let corporate comfort feed you false safety again.
Thanks a lot for sticking with us to the very end. If you found this video useful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you won't miss any daily uploads. And now, go ahead and explore some of our top recommended videos popping up on your screen. Goodbye, and see you in the next one.